There are places on Earth where history seems to whisper secrets. Massive ruins built with impossible precision, underground cities untouched for millennia, and ancient empires that vanished without a trace. These aren't myths. These are real-world enigmas that archaeologists still struggle to explain. Some secrets aren't meant to be found, but today, fate brought you here. The ancients believed chance meetings held meaning, so if this video finds you, smash that like button, then tap subscribe, and let's see what mysteries the universe reveals. Are you ready? Purple Phantom Shorts. Beneath the misty hills of Shaanxi, China, lies one of the most forbidden places on Earth. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China, and the man whose vision reshaped a nation. For over 2,000 years, the inner chamber of his mausoleum has remained untouched. Not because we can't open it, but because we won't. It's protected not just by the famous terracotta army, but by ancient legends, lethal traps, and an eerie warning from history itself. Ancient texts describe a microcosm of the emperor's empire built underground, complete with rivers of liquid mercury, palaces, and a celestial ceiling studded with pearls to mimic the stars. Modern scans confirm unusually high levels of mercury in the soil, just as described centuries ago. But despite all our technology, no one dares dig. But why? When archaeologists uncovered the terracotta warriors, their vibrant colors disintegrated within minutes of air exposure. Experts fear that opening the tomb could destroy irreplaceable treasures sealed in perfect time. Worse, the mercury could trigger a chemical disaster, lethal to people and devastating to the environment. But science isn't the only reason the tomb remains sealed. In Chinese culture, imperial tombs are sacred. And Qin Shi Huang is more than a ruler, he's a symbol of power, unity, and legacy. Some even whisper that within the tomb lies knowledge that could redefine civilization, or destabilize it. To this day, the burial mound stands untouched. A sleeping giant, watching and waiting. Somewhere beneath the wind-swept plains of Mongolia lies the grave of the man who conquered more of the world than anyone in history. And yet, no one has ever found him. Genghis Khan, a name that shaped continents. When he died in 1227, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe. And still, his final resting place has vanished without a trace. Not a single stone. Not a single inscription. Nothing. According to legend, the secret of his tomb was protected with ruthless precision. Every person who witnessed the funeral procession was silenced. Even the men who buried him were executed. Horses trampled the earth to erase the location. Forests were planted. Rivers were redirected. The Mongols buried their emperor with absolute secrecy, by design. Centuries later, scientists have used drones, satellites, even ground-penetrating radar in search of the tomb. All have failed. Local communities still refuse to let anyone dig, believing the land is sacred, and disturbing it would betray the soul of their greatest hero. Many believe the tomb lies near Burkhan Koldun, the mountain where Genghis once prayed before uniting the tribes. Some say it holds unimaginable treasure. Others whisper of forbidden knowledge, sealed away for a reason. But no one knows the truth. And so, even now, 800 years later, the tomb of Genghis Khan remains the greatest unsolved mystery of the ancient world. A grave built for a god among men, buried by silence, guarded by myth, protected by time. In the winter of 1890, deep in southern France, a discovery was made that defied everything science thought it knew about the human form. From a forgotten burial mound in the village of Castelnau, an anthropologist unearthed 3 bone fragments. They didn't belong to any ordinary human. These were the remains of something massive. A femur, a tibia, part of an arm bone, all far too large to belong to any man. Based on their size, the being they came from would have stood over 11 feet tall, twice the height of an average adult, and hundreds of kilograms in weight. The scientist insisted these were human bones. And he wasn't alone. Leading experts of the time examined them and agreed they belonged to a race of giants. Yet, just as quickly as the story emerged, the bones disappeared. Vanished from public view. Never studied again. Was this the discovery of a lost species? Or simply a mistake, buried by time and ridicule? Modern explanations suggest the bones may have come from a prehistoric animal, perhaps a giant bear, misidentified in an era with limited anatomical knowledge. But that doesn't explain why 19th century experts confirmed they were human. No follow-up studies. No modern reanalysis. Just silence. And then, more fragments appeared. Giant skulls. Massive bone pieces. Sent to academic institutions, only to vanish without a trace. Villagers in Castelnau still whisper of a cave where a giant once lived. Newspapers of the time claimed this was the breakthrough that would connect ancient legends to reality, tales of Cyclops, Nephilim, and giants that walk in myths across every culture. Some speculate the bones were the remnants of a forgotten race, or visitors not of this earth. Others dismiss it all as a hoax, another Cardiff giant, designed to fool the public for fame and fortune. But the Castelnau bones were different. They were measured, verified, and respected, then hidden. And today, no one knows where they are. If a being of that size truly walked the earth, why has no trace of it ever returned? And if it was all just a story, why does the legend refuse to die? In 1992, a farmer in China drained a pond near his home, hoping to expand his land. What he uncovered instead was a gateway into the impossible. Beneath the water was a massive cavern. Its walls were perfectly smooth, every surface carved with rhythmic wave-like patterns so precise they looked as if made by machines, not by human hands. And that was only the beginning. Soon, more ponds were drained. Beneath them, an entire underground city, over 20 interconnected caves, each more than 30 meters high. No signs of habitation. No tools. No markings. No records. According to geological dating, the caves are over 2,000 years old, possibly from the Qin or early Han dynasty. Yet, in all of China's ancient chronicles, not a single word mentions their creation. How could a project of such scale be forgotten? Some believe they were granaries. Others say tombs. A few claim they were sacred ceremonial sites. But none of these theories explain the sheer perfection of the engineering, the consistency, the uniformity, the silence. The walls of each cave are carved with identical patterns, unbroken lines that flow across stone like water across skin. No signs of chiseling. No evidence of error. Whoever built them with intention. And with technology, or knowledge, we no longer understand. No community ever lived there. No artifacts were found. The caves exist purely as structures, as statements. Some believe they're the remains of a lost civilization. Others whisper of techniques handed down by a forgotten race. Maybe even something not entirely human. And yet, despite decades of study, the Longyu caves remain untouched by explanation. They sit beneath quiet farmland, vast, silent, and unmoving. A riddle carved in stone. Not asking to be solved, but daring someone to try. Could the Longyu caves be alien-made? Comment your theory. In the heart of Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, where ancient civilizations once converged, stand stones that defy logic and time. At first glance, Baalbek seems like the ruins of a Roman temple, weathered columns, sunlit courtyards, the remnants of empire. But buried beneath its surface lies a far deeper mystery. 3 stone blocks, so massive, so precise, they still baffle modern engineers. Each weighs nearly 800 tons. Cut, transported, and stacked with a precision that modern cranes still struggle to replicate. And yet, these were placed over 2,000 years ago. They form the foundation of the Temple of Jupiter, one of the grandest religious sites of the ancient world. But even the Romans, known for their engineering mastery, left no records explaining how they moved stones of such size. In a nearby quarry, even greater enigmas rest untouched. The stone of the pregnant woman, 1,000 tons. Another block, 1,240 tons. And in 2014, a third was uncovered, 1,650 tons. The largest known stone ever carved by human hands. Yet they were never moved. Never finished. As if even the builders realized they'd reached the edge of possibility. Theories abound. Some say the Romans used wooden rollers and earthen ramps, but their cranes could lift no more than 100 tons. Others believe the foundation predates the Roman temple entirely, belonging to a civilization lost to time. Some point to similarities between Baalbek and megalithic structures in Egypt and Peru. Was there once a shared, forgotten knowledge, spread across continents? Or was it something else? The ancients left no blueprints, no tools, no names, just the stones, immovable, silent, daring us to explain the impossible. Locked away in Sweden's National Library is a book unlike any other. It weighs over 70 kilograms, stands nearly a meter tall, and takes 2 people just to lift it. Its name is the Codex Gigas, but most know it by another name, the Devil's Bible. Written in the early 13th century, this medieval manuscript contains everything from the Bible to medicine, history, astrology, and spells. But it's what lies at the center of the book that made it infamous. A full-page portrait of the devil, towering, grotesque, and staring directly at the reader. Legend says it was written in a single night by a monk condemned to death. To save himself, he made a deal with Satan. In exchange for his soul, the devil helped him finish the manuscript before dawn. To honor the pact, the monk painted the devil's image on the page, as a tribute, or a warning. Modern scholars agree the book was likely written by one person, with handwriting so consistent across all 620 pages, it suggests a lifetime of work. But the mystery remains: why include the devil at all in a religious manuscript? Inside, beyond scripture, are texts on exorcisms, forbidden rituals, and a catalogue of demons. 4 centuries, disasters have followed the codex wherever it traveled. War, plague, collapse. Some believe the book is cursed. Others say it's simply misunderstood. But its presence commands unease. Its size, its silence, its secrets. No other manuscript in history feels quite as alive. The Codex Gigas remains locked behind glass. Studied, photographed, but never fully understood. A relic of darkness. A monument to obsession. A deal that may still echo through time. Long before the pyramids, before Stonehenge, before the wheel or metal tools, humans built something that would shake the very foundations of history. Buried beneath the hills of southeastern Turkey lies Göbekli Tepe, an ancient temple over 11,000 years old. It shouldn't exist, and yet it does. Massive limestone pillars, carved with animals and strange symbols, rise in perfect circles. Each one weighs up to 20 tons, dragged, shaped, and set by hand, by people who had not yet invented agriculture. For decades, archaeologists believed that monumental architecture only came after humans settled into farming communities. Göbekli Tepe proved them wrong. It was built by hunter-gatherers, wandering tribes who somehow came together to raise a sacred site of unimaginable scale. The carvings are haunting: foxes, lions, birds, insects. Some familiar, some alien, some staring back with purpose. No homes have been found. No burials. No tools beyond stone blades. Only the temple. And then, a mystery. Around 800 BC, the builders buried it all. Not by disaster. Not by accident. Deliberately. As if they wanted it hidden. That act preserved Göbekli Tepe for over 10,000 years. And it raises a question that no one can answer. Why build the first known temple in history, and then hide it? Was it fear? Faith? A forgotten cataclysm? Göbekli Tepe is more than an archaeological site. It is a message from a civilization we never knew existed, whose voice is carved in stone, and whose silence still echoes through the ages. In the remote mountains of China's Shaanxi province, a legend refuses to die. A pyramid, colossal, gleaming white, and unlike anything the world has ever seen. In 1945, an American pilot flying over the region claimed to have seen it. A towering, snow-white structure rising from the valley floor, so large it dwarfed even the pyramids of Egypt. 2 years later, another pilot confirmed the sighting. He even captured photographs. But then, the silence began. The Chinese government declared the pyramid didn't exist. that it was just another burial mound, no different from the rest. Access to the area was strictly controlled. Foreign archaeologists were denied entry, but satellite images told a different story. They revealed dozens of massive geometric formations hidden under trees and soil, some rising over 100 meters tall. One of them, believed to be the White Pyramid, may have once been clad in shining white limestone, reflecting the sun like a mirror to the sky. Some estimate it stood nearly 300 meters high, with a base larger than any pyramid on Earth. And yet, no official excavation has ever been allowed. Local legends speak of a structure sacred to the heavens. Some say it was a temple. Others believe it holds secrets from a time before recorded history, possibly even from a civilization lost to memory. Radical theories suggest astronomical alignments, or even links to civilizations not of this earth. But the truth remains locked beneath layers of silence. Why has no one been permitted to dig? What lies beneath that ancient soil? The White Pyramid is more than a monument. It is a threshold. And on the other side may lie a chapter of history that was never meant to be found. In the murky depths off the coast of Alexandria, Egypt, a dark secret slumbers. In 2018, a group of divers uncovered a massive black stone sarcophagus, unlike anything ever seen before. Carved from a single block of granite, it was sealed tight, its surface weathered but intact, bearing no inscriptions or symbols to tell its story. When the lid was finally pried open, an overwhelming stench of decay burst forth, forcing the divers to retreat. Inside lay human remains, yet strangely large, as if belonging to a giant lost to time. Pooling beneath the bones was a mysterious black liquid, thick and viscous, its origin unknown. Scientists have debated the sarcophagus's contents, a pharaoh's forbidden burial, a remnant of a forgotten dynasty, or something far more sinister. Local legend speaks of cursed tombs in Alexandria, sealed to keep ancient horrors locked away forever. And despite the fascination, the sarcophagus has been sealed once again, hidden from the world, leaving its true nature a chilling mystery. What lies beneath that heavy black lid? Is history hiding a secret too dark to face? In 1929, an old manuscript surfaced in the Topkapi Palace of Istanbul, a map unlike any other. Drawn by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis in 1513, it detailed coastlines of the Americas and Africa with startling accuracy, centuries before they were officially discovered. But what truly baffled historians was the map's depiction of Antarctica, shown free of ice, revealing mountain ranges and rivers beneath its frozen surface. How could Piri Reis have known such detail, hundreds of years before modern exploration and satellite imaging? Some believe the map was copied from ancient sources, passed down from a lost civilization with advanced knowledge of the Earth. Others whisper darker theories, that the map hints at secret voyages, forbidden knowledge, or even contact with otherworldly beings. For centuries, the Piri Reis map has defied explanation, a cryptic testament to a hidden history. What secrets do the ancients chart on parchment that we have yet to decode? And what does this enigmatic map tell us about the true extent of human exploration, and the mysteries that still lie buried beneath the ice? Around 13,000 years ago, North America was home to one of its earliest known cultures, the Clovis people. Named after distinctive stone tools found near Clovis, New Mexico, these early hunters were considered the continent's first widespread inhabitants, skilled at crafting spear points and hunting large Ice Age mammals. For decades, archaeologists believed the Clovis culture represented the initial wave of humans crossing the Bering Land Bridge from Siberia, slowly populating the Americas. But then, around 11,000 years ago, the Clovis people vanished. Suddenly, their distinctive tools and artifacts disappeared from the archaeological record, as if an entire civilization had been wiped off the map. Why? Several theories compete for answers. Some propose climate change at the end of the last ice age dramatically altered the environment, leading to food shortages and migration. Others suggest overhunting caused the extinction of the megafauna, the giant mammals the Clovis depended on, triggering societal collapse. Still, a more controversial idea links the Clovis disappearance to a catastrophic comet or asteroid impact, leaving behind a layer of rare materials and sudden climate disruption. Recent discoveries have complicated the picture further. Earlier pre-Clovis sites have been uncovered, suggesting humans arrived in the Americas even before the Clovis culture. This revelation challenges long-held beliefs about the first Americans and raises questions about what truly happened to the Clovis people. Did they assimilate into later groups? Were they victims of a natural disaster or conflict? Or does their story remain buried beneath layers of time, waiting for us to uncover? The vanishing of the Clovis people remains one of archaeology's greatest mysteries, a puzzle piece missing from the story of humanity's earliest footsteps in the New World. Deep within the archives of Hungary lies one of the most baffling manuscripts ever discovered, the Rohank Codex. Dating back to the early 19th century, this mysterious book is filled with strange symbols and illustrations that no scholar has ever definitively deciphered. Written on weathered yellowed pages, the codex contains intricate drawings of religious scenes, warriors, animals, and buildings, yet the text itself remains an impenetrable code. Linguists, cryptographers, and historians have pored over the codex for centuries, each proposing theories about its origins. Is it an unknown language from a forgotten civilization? A secret religious text? Or perhaps a clever hoax designed to baffle the curious? Some suggest the script is related to ancient Hungarian runes, while others see similarities to Old Turkic or even a lost form of proto-writing. Despite numerous attempts, no one has cracked the code, and the manuscript continues to resist all attempts at translation. The Rohank Codex challenges our understanding of language, history, and the mysteries that lie within forgotten texts. Could it be a genuine relic from a vanished culture, holding lost knowledge? Or is it a deliberate enigma, guarding its secrets for eternity? The pages of the Rohank Codex remain silent, inviting us to unlock a secret that may forever elude human comprehension. Scattered across the lush jungles and rolling hills of Costa Rica lie one of archaeology's most puzzling enigmas, hundreds of perfectly round stone spheres. Ranging from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter, these massive boulders have fascinated researchers since their discovery in the 1930s. Carved from granodiorite, a rock tougher than granite, their surfaces are astonishingly smooth and their shapes remarkably precise, some experts say nearly perfect spheres. Who created these enigmatic stones? And why? The indigenous Dequis culture, which thrived in the region around 700 to 1500 CE, is often credited with their creation, but no written records explain their purpose. Theories abound. Some believe the spheres were symbols of social status or territorial markers. Others suggest they were aligned with astronomical events or celestial phenomena. Despite their age and the wear of centuries, many spheres remain intact, defying natural erosion and human tampering. UNESCO recognized the Dequis spheres as a World Heritage Site, yet their true meaning remains locked in mystery. Could these perfect spheres be remnants of a lost astronomical calendar? Tools for spiritual ceremonies? Or messages from an ancient civilization still hidden beneath the earth? The stone spheres of Costa Rica challenge us to rethink what we know about pre-Columbian cultures and the secrets they left behind in stone. Beneath the cold waters of the North Sea lies a land almost forgotten by time, Doggerland. Once a vast, fertile plain connecting what is now Britain to mainland Europe, Doggerland was home to Mesolithic hunter-gatherers over 8,000 years ago. Archaeologists have uncovered tools, bones, and remnants of settlements that reveal a thriving prehistoric culture, rich with life and innovation. But then, something catastrophic happened. Rising sea levels after the last ice age slowly swallowed this land, drowning forests, rivers, and human habitats beneath the waves. Over millennia, Doggerland vanished, leaving only scattered artifacts on the seabed as clues to its past. Recent underwater explorations have revealed submerged landscapes, ancient river channels, hills, and valleys, offering a glimpse into a lost world. Some researchers believe Doggerland may have been home to a complex society, whose stories and achievements were erased by rising tides. Could this drowned land hold answers about human migration, climate change, and survival? And what secrets remain locked beneath the waves, waiting to resurface? Doggerland is a haunting reminder of nature's power, a lost civilization beneath the sea, whispering its story through fragments buried in sand and silt. In the ancient granite quarries of Aswan, Egypt, lies a monument frozen in time, the unfinished obelisk. Weighing an estimated 1,200 tons, it would have been the largest obelisk ever carved, towering over 42 meters high. But centuries ago, something went wrong. A crack appeared in the granite as workers chiseled deep into the stone, forcing them to abandon the massive project. This unfinished giant remains lodged in the bedrock, a silent testament to ancient Egyptian ambition and mystery. What secrets does this colossal monument hold? Experts believe the obelisk was intended for the Temple of Karnak, a site of immense religious significance. Its sheer size and the techniques used to carve it reveal astonishing skill, challenging modern assumptions about ancient engineering. Yet, despite its scale, the unfinished obelisk offers clues about the tools, labor, and artistry of a civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. Its abandonment also raises questions. Was the crack a simple accident, or did some other force intervene? Some speculate natural disasters or unseen events caused the halt, while others see it as a symbol of human limits. The unfinished obelisk remains half-buried but fully alive with stories of ambition, craftsmanship, and the mysteries still etched into Egypt's stone heart. Carved from a single monolithic rock, the Kailasa Temple at Ellora stands as one of humanity's most astonishing architectural feats. Built in the 8th century CE, this massive Hindu temple seems to defy logic, hewn downwards, excavated from the top of a basalt cliff, creating a sprawling complex of pillars, courtyards, and intricate sculptures. The sheer scale is breathtaking. Over 30,000 tons of rock were removed to reveal this sprawling temple, all without the use of modern machinery. How did ancient artisans achieve such precision, depth, and detail? The temple's elaborate carvings depict stories from Hindu mythology, gods and goddesses, animals, and celestial beings, capturing a vivid spiritual world frozen in stone. Despite centuries of weathering, the craftsmanship remains remarkably intact, reflecting not just artistic skill but profound religious devotion. Many have marveled at the temple's construction techniques, suggesting lost knowledge of engineering and quarrying. Some propose that Kailasa was not just a religious monument, but a symbol of cosmic order, a bridge between earth and the divine. The temple's mystery deepens when considering how labor was organized, how the rock was removed, and what tools were used to carve such delicate details from solid stone. Kailasa Temple is a silent symphony of stone, a monument that challenges our understanding of ancient ingenuity and the spiritual power behind monumental creation. Once the crown jewel of ancient knowledge, the Library of Alexandria was said to house the world's greatest collection of scrolls and manuscripts. Founded in the 3rd century BCE in Egypt's great city of Alexandria, it was a beacon for scholars, philosophers, and scientists from across the ancient world. Legends say it contained hundreds of thousands of texts, from Egyptian wisdom and Greek philosophy to works from Persia, India, and beyond. But its fate is shrouded in mystery and tragedy. Over centuries, the library suffered devastating fires, wars, and political turmoil. Was it destroyed in a single catastrophic event or gradually lost piece by piece? The loss of the library symbolizes a profound rupture in human history, the disappearance of knowledge that could have changed the course of civilization. Some believe that lost works contain secrets of advanced science, forgotten technologies, and insights into the cosmos. Others think that fragments survive in later texts or hidden archives, waiting to be rediscovered. The true size and contents of the Library of Alexandria may never be known. Yet, its myth endures, a powerful reminder of the fragility of knowledge and the importance of preserving human heritage. What stories, discoveries, and ideas vanished in those flames? The lost library remains a ghost of the past, haunting our imagination and challenging us to protect the wisdom we still possess. Scattered across the landscapes of ancient Europe, from Britain to Hungary, lie dozens of curious artifacts, the Roman dodecahedrons. These small, hollow, 12-sided objects, each face punctured with circular holes of varying sizes, remain one of archaeology's most perplexing mysteries. Crafted from bronze or stone, they date back to the 2nd or 3rd century CE, yet their purpose continues to elude historians. Were they measuring instruments? Religious talismans? Calendar tools? Or something far stranger? Some theories suggest they functioned as surveying devices or knitting aids, while others believe they were used in ceremonies or even for divination. The precise craftsmanship and recurring geometric form imply they held significant meaning, but no written records explain their use. Their distribution across the Roman Empire hints at a widespread, yet secret, knowledge or tradition. Despite decades of study, each new discovery only deepens the mystery. What knowledge did the Romans encode in these enigmatic 12 faces? Were they tools of science or symbols of belief? The Roman dodecahedrons stand as silent puzzles, small objects with a vast unknown, whispering from the past without revealing their true story. Hidden for nearly 2,000 years in the caves near the Dead Sea, a discovery in 1947 shook the foundations of biblical scholarship and ancient history. The Dead Sea Scrolls, thousands of fragments of ancient manuscripts, contain some of the oldest known copies of texts from the Hebrew Bible, alongside mysterious sectarian writings. Believed to have been written between the 3rd century BCE and 1st century CE, these scrolls reveal a secret world of religious thought, law, and prophecy during a turbulent time in Judean history. Who wrote these scrolls? Many scholars link them to a Jewish sect called the Essenes, living in isolation and preserving their beliefs in hidden caves. The scrolls offer insights into the origins of Judaism and early Christianity, including versions of biblical texts that differ from later canonical versions. Yet, some scrolls remain undeciphered or heavily damaged, their secrets locked in ancient script. The discovery sparked controversies about religious authority, historical interpretation, and the preservation of ancient wisdom. Some writings hint at apocalyptic visions and messianic expectations, painting a vivid picture of hope and fear in a world on the brink of change. The Dead Sea Scrolls are more than ancient texts, they are voices from the past, bridging millennia to illuminate faith, power, and mystery. What truths did these hidden parchments preserve? And what remains lost in the sands of time? In the vast arid expanse of California's Death Valley, a mysterious phenomenon has baffled scientists and visitors for decades. Across the dry, cracked surface of racetrack playa, heavy stones, some weighing hundreds of pounds, seem to move on their own, leaving long trails behind them. For years, these sailing stones puzzled observers who wondered, how could such massive rocks glide across the flat desert without human or animal help? Theories ranged from wind and ice to magnetic forces or even supernatural causes. But recent studies using time-lapse cameras and GPS tracking revealed a fascinating natural explanation. Under rare conditions, a thin layer of ice forms on the playa overnight. When the sun rises, the ice begins to melt and break up into large floating panels. Light winds then gently push the ice sheets, sliding the stones slowly across the slick, wet mud below, etching winding paths that can stretch hundreds of meters. Despite this explanation, the sheer precision and persistence of the movement continue to captivate imaginations. The moving stones of Death Valley remind us that even in the most desolate places, nature holds secrets that challenge our understanding. They are silent travelers, etching stories into the earth, inviting us to ponder the delicate dance of elements and the hidden forces shaping our world. As we close the pages of these ancient mysteries, we are reminded that the world is full of stories waiting to be uncovered, secrets whispered by stones, scrolls, and shadows. Each enigma invites us to look deeper, to wonder, and to keep searching with curious hearts. For in every mystery lies the spark of discovery, and in every question, the chance to connect with the past, and with each other. Thank you for joining this journey into the unknown. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your spirit adventurous, because the world's greatest secrets are often just waiting for someone like you to find them.